Biaoqing is the Chinese meme coin everybody is talking about today. It's up almost 4x in a single day. Let's have a look at who's buying here actually. Let's look at on-chain metrics. Most people aren't considering, is this manipulation by the whales or is this actually adoption by a lot of new investors jumping onto the token? So here is what I'm talking about. We are currently at 4.5 cents and we went up by almost 300%, so almost a 4x. Since listing on CoinMarketCap, we went up by almost 600%. Now in the last 6 hours, Biaoqing has been one of the most traded tokens on the Ethereum chain. So check this out, this is ordered by trading volume. We had 13 million that moved in the last 6 hours, while the liquidity is only at 1.4 million. So there's a ton of attention, especially relative to liquidity, because when we measure the capital that's locked up in the token, it's actually at place 30. So still quite a bit of a way to go, still quite a bit of upside. Now I'm not going to bore you with the website, etc. This is not where we can get a market edge, right? We want to see the details, we want to see the data most people aren't considering, and the website is definitely not any kind of unique insight. There's one interesting thing though to mention. This is sold as the Chinese meme, the most famous Chinese meme. But the website isn't even in Chinese. There's no Chinese version of it. That's a bit fishy. Let's have a look whether or not the social metrics align. So when we look at the number of holders on chain, when we look at the number of followers on Twitter, when we look at the people that follow on Telegram, is this all within the same ballpark? Because if it isn't, then probably we see a lot of manipulation. So let's start off. The Twitter account has 4,538 followers. The Telegram account has 1,514 subscribers. Here's the price development of the token. It's going up by the minute. We've seen 1,725 wallets that traded this in the last 24 hours. And on chain, we've got 3,845 holders. So all of those numbers pretty much align. This seems to be healthy. But who is now buying? Because when we see this massive price rally, ideally we want to see a lot of new retail wallets jumping in, right? We don't just want to see buying by a few whales. We want to see that more and more people jump on this, potentially having a very sustainable rally. Big whales can pump and dump, but when there's a lot of retail money jumping in, retail investors tend to hold for longer, supporting the price. Now here's the holder pie chart, the holder distribution. This looks very clean, very nice, a very equally distributed holding. This over here simply just stands for other. So that's all healthy. But let's now check out the number of retail wallets versus whale wallets. This comes from a tool that I've developed myself. It's available to the premium members. Feel free to check it out. It's thebitcoinstrader.com. Link is down below. I plugged in the Biaoqing token into this tool and we can see the number of wallets that hold 20,000 tokens right now. At the current price, that's roughly $860. That's what I'd consider small retail. In the middle, we go at 10x from that, so that's now roughly $8,000. On the right, we have the whales, that's $80,000. This chart starts on the 8th of June, so we've just got a few days of data. If we look at the last 24 hours, we actually didn't see that much retail holder growth. Medium-sized retail even tended to decline in numbers. The whales pretty much stayed stable in numbers. But at the same time, the price went up by 280% in the last 24 hours. That's very surprising, right? One might expect that the number of retail investors grows by quite a bit when the price almost 4x's. It's not what we are seeing. We see that all of that price development probably happens because of a few people buying in a lot. It's not the number of whales that's going up, but there might be one whale that's buying a ton. And the trading data is very transparent. All of the trading pretty much still happens decentralized. So there's no centralized exchange that might skew the data. All of this is happening on chain when we have looked at the on-chain data. I have a suspicion here. My suspicion is that again, a whale is trying to generate a lot of attention with price movements like this, with wash trading potentially. And that trading activity coupled with the price increase is supposed to get you interested in this so that then that whale can potentially dump. This is what I believe is going on. It makes no sense that we see this price appreciation with that holder graph development. I think something very similar to Chinese bread is going on. I published a video on Chinese bread 3 days ago when the price was at 0.7 cents, and I talked about a very similar kind of manipulation in this video. Here is how the price afterwards developed. It went down by more than 60%. Be careful out there what you buy. Make sure to use the right tools. Make sure to really analyze in who's buying and who's selling. Currently, we do not see a lot of retail investors jumping on this. So yes, there might be more manipulation coming. I'm not suggesting that the price can't rise further from here, but this is definitely not an organic rally. At some point, I do believe that the token will crash. Biaoqing, I believe, is going to Biao, which means explode in Cantonese. It's probably going to crash at some point. Make sure that in case you do get involved, that at least you have the trigger very closely to the sell button, that you don't get caught up in that crash. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm simply just sharing the data as I see it, and I don't see mass adoption and I see a rising price. So what can that be? It can only be 1 or 2 people that drive all of this, and that's not very good. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. In case you have got Telegram, then feel free to join us over there. The link is down below. It's 100% free. If you've got a bigger crypto portfolio of at least $5,000 or so, then feel free to check out Premium. There's a lot of benefits. There's a dedicated video on the website as well, thebitcoinstrader.com. See you over there. Cheers.